I'm Karen Goranson. I'm from Red Deer, but I'm originally from Yorkton, Saskatchewan, and we moved in 1995. I got involved with the Sheraton Celebrity Dance-Off when a friend, Terry Lone, had invited me to participate in raising awareness and funds for the Central Alberta Child Advocacy Centre that we are opening or hoping to open in Red Deer. I agreed to be a dancer with the Sheraton Celebrity Dance-Off this year is because the cause is near and dear to my heart. Our family, our community has suffered the ill effects of teen suicides, and if my participation can prevent one family from going through what our family and our friends have had to go through, then I've done a good job.
I'm the chair of the coalition to bring the Central Alberta Child Advocacy Centre to Red Deer. Child Advocacy Centre is a centre made up of 4 main government identities: RCMP, Child Family Services, Alberta Health, and the Crown Prosecutors. And then with the charity component, nonprofit component, which is the Child Advocacy Centre, that facilitates the 4 agencies to work together. The centre is to not to set the agenda, but to get all the different agencies to work together to make sure that these children are looked after. Alberta Health comes in with the psychologists and the psychiatrists and the doctors and the nurses and pediatricians side. Crown Prosecutors, of course, to do arrest warrants and work with the RCMP to do the arrests on people that are doing the act. And then Child Family Services there is obviously for to look after the interests of the children and the families that are affected. Well, what happens is in every day, the way we operate now, where these different services are throughout the city in different buildings and communication's really tough, they can't get a hold of each other. In the Advocacy Centre, because they're all actually in the actual centre working together, you get a conviction rate in the norm of 43%. At Child Advocacy Centre, it's 87%. And the reason the gap is because the kids aren't getting interviewed 3 or 4 times, which obviously the more they get interviewed, the more scared they are, and their story starts to change. So the defense attorneys can pick that apart. Okay, in Child Advocacy Centre, they have a 92% chance the child only gets interviewed once. In the real norm, there might not be warrants even issued for 4 or 5 weeks, 6 weeks, could be 6 months. And it's because of the information going back and forth is very hindering. So with the Advocacy Centre, it's a lot more collaborative and integrated, so they're getting results quicker and quicker and quicker. And the child's not being left behind, because that's what's happening now. The role of the dance-off is, number 1, to raise awareness to the cause. I think that's just about as important as the second role of raising money to get us off our feet and get going with the initiative of the centre. When it comes to whether it's sexual assault, physical assault, or neglect on children, or any other traumatic event in anyone's life, it leads to mental illness. And the whole initiative came from mental illness. And as everyone knows, it's almost an epidemic. And we need to get together as a society and do what's right and put programs in place that actually work and make a difference. And the return on our investment, not only for you're helping people where they're not going to have screwed up lives for the whole time they're on this earth, is that people are being punished and people are getting help that need help. And when it comes to mental illness, I think it's getting worse and worse and worse. And I think we're obligated to step in and do something. And that's how this began.
My name is Dustin Snyder, and tonight we're at the Troubled Monk Brewery. Charlie and the gang at Troubled Monk is auctioning off the growlers. And my understanding is that the highest bidder for the growler of the dancer gets to pick whatever beer they want and fill that up and take that home. And of course, all the funds go to the proceeds go to the charities that the Celebrity Dance-Off is supporting, which are the Sexual Assault Center and the Child Advocacy Center. So I suppose I am as directly involved as possible. I'm one of the celebrity dancers. And my partner is Natalie Brooks, who's been involved since the start. My day job is a general manager for Earl's Restaurant. And what makes me the celebrity is is unknown to me. You know, I do end up running into a lot of these people at the restaurant. Everybody's been an amazing supporter of the restaurant. So it's really great. I get to see a lot of friends when I'm involved in these sort of events. So I was originally asked by Terry Lowen to join the event as a dancer. And of course, he's been a close friend of Earl's for a long, long time. I'm part of this event because the cause has not only been close to Earl's restaurant, the mental health and child advocacy part of it has been at the forefront of our community involvement for about the past 2 years through family services and their mental health initiatives. And now we get a chance to be at the ground level of the Child Advocacy Center in Red Deer, which has taken its model from the Sheldon Kennedy Center, which is unbelievably amazing. So if anybody wants to sponsor me directly, there is online pledge forms. It's through the Sheraton Celebrity Dance-Off webpage, and there's a race roster profile. You can go to my profile and donate directly to me. You can also contact some important names, Nadine, George, or Cassandra Galenzoski. They're the ones handling all the fundraising. If they have any questions, they can absolutely call the Central Alberta Sexual Assault Support Center.
My name is Sherry Rickman, and I'm here because it's just another great way to give back to our community and help the children and families be more successful in our future. The name of the event is the Sheraton Celebrity Dance-Off, and you know, I got to question the celebrity part, but I'm here and I'm very thankful that I was asked to be here. My full-time job is with the Cooperators Insurance Company. I am a district manager for them, and I spend lots of time on the road. So I'm responsible for about 35 Cooperators locations in Central Alberta. I have an amazing team that work under me. And within the community, I do whatever I can to be involved, and mostly in events. So I was the chair of the 2012 Scotties Tournament of Hearts. Most recently, I was in charge of volunteers, director of volunteers for the Memorial Cup that Red Deer hosted just in 2016. I was also on the bid committee for the 2014 or 19 games, but that was back in 2014. And now I'm a senior leader for revenue generation for the 2019 Canada Winter Games. I have 2 daughters. They are 17 and 11, and a husband named Rod. And yeah, so they're both involved in sports, and I try to do what I can do for them as well. I wanted to become part of the dance-off because I do see lots of troubled situations, even in my job or just even in our community. And I think there's really a big stigma about talking about some of, whether it be mental illness, sexual abuse, all the things that go along in a child's life. And I really don't think we always know what goes on behind a closed door. And we need to open the doors and open those channels and get rid of the vicious circle, right? So that we can help people, and that will help the future of my children and my grandchildren and myself. I want to say thank you to everyone that's already donated to me. It has been an overwhelming response. But anybody else that still wants to support me, they can go to my Facebook page. They can also go to the Central Alberta Sexual Assault Support Center page, and they will find me there as well, or the Celebrity Dance-Off page. Please do. It is for a great cause. And you know what? Whether it's $1 or $1,000 or even more, every penny counts.